Hi, and welcome back to the Soup. I'm your host here, Brian Karem, longtime White House correspondent. You can catch my book, Free the Press, wherever fine books are sold, or tune into the podcast. Just ask the question. And if you like, I write for Salon. You can catch that weekly on salon.com. So I'm here today once again to talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been indicted, and by God, he's not going gentle into that good night. Moments after he was indicted, he sent out this letter to his pride and joy, all the people who support him. And it says, George Soros bought and paid for Manhattan DA has answered his puppet master's call and indicted Donald. Hey, George Soros doesn't even know Alvin Bragg. And by the way, Alvin Bragg didn't indict anybody. That was, guess what? A grand jury that did that. But that doesn't keep Donald Trump from doing what he does best, and that's grift. And if you don't recognize that, if you don't see that he's a con artist, you're his mark. He wants to prove how many patriots are willing to back him up to pay his voluminous, and I mean voluminous, this is going to go on for the rest of his life, legal bill and pay his lawyers. So that's part one. Part two, Donald Trump, take a look at this, doesn't even seem to know what happened to him. It says, these thugs and radical left monsters have just indicated the 45th president of the United States. That's right, not indicted, but indicated. The grift continues, folks, and you have to prepare for it. I want to say one thing. Donald Trump has threatened in deed and in action violence. He went to Waco on the 30th anniversary of Waco to appeal to his core supporters. And his core supporters are those who venerate the Branch Davidians at Waco. That was the birthplace of the modern militia movement. It's also where you get the stockpiling of weapons and the idea of a deep state. Yeah, ETF and the FBI messed up horribly there. But these people who venerate those at Waco would have loved to have been there in 1993, 30 years later. And Donald Trump is definitely making an appeal to them by saying something like, well, gosh darn, this is the final battle. Yeah. Well, let me explain something to you if you don't understand. We already live in a very violent country. There have been 131 mass shootings since the beginning of the year, on the average of 1.5 mass shootings per day. What does Donald Trump actually think he can do? Does he think it's going to become more violent in this country? It will just be absorbed in this country like all the other violence is absorbed. Donald Trump is a bully, and Donald Trump is afraid. Right now, there isn't anybody on this planet more fearful than Donald Trump, though he claims he can't wait to be indicted. No, Donald Trump doesn't want to be indicted. He wants to grift those who support him and continue to con them out of money, and he will do this for the rest of his life. And by the way, once again, Donald Trump will be in court for the rest of his natural or unnatural life. And there is nothing he can do about that. The shoe has dropped. Here's the opening jab. The body blow's coming. Donald Trump, you're done. Just saying. I'm just a reporter. What do I know? Only 40 years covering politics, and I've never seen anything like Donald Trump. Anyway, thanks for your time. Have fun. Catch you next time. I'm Brian Karem.
The best part of waking up? MAGA tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA tears mug available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com. It's 100% union made right here in the USA. I know I'm not tired of winning yet. How about you? Get yours today.